Hi everyone, so today I will be talking about some strange Swedish habits. This video has actually been a long time coming because I have visited Sweden last year. I was in Stockholm exactly a year ago, so yeah, it actually took me a year to film this video, but here we are right now. And before I jump right into it, I would just like to say I've never lived in Sweden, so these are just touristy observations from me spending like 4 days there as a tourist. And also, if you're Swedish, please don't feel offended by the word strange that I used in the title, because the habits that I'm going to mention are actually not strange in any way, but they're different from the culture that I was raised in and different from the culture I live in now, I guess. So you know, that's just a random word I used to make you click on this video, and you obviously did, so I did a good job. But anyway, let's start with the actual habits. The first one that surprised me was their queuing system. Now, I live in London. I am very used to the queues. People just love to queue here, but the Swedes take the queuing to a whole another level because they use ticketing systems pretty much everywhere. The first time I came across a ticketing system back home in Slovenia, and probably the only time to be honest, was when I went to get my passport done in the capital. That's the only time where I used a ticket machine to get like my queuing number, I guess, and had to wait for my number to be called, to be served. In London, I've never really seen that anywhere, apart from, I think, at Harrods. At the Harrods food court, they have a ticketing system. I'm not sure if anyone actually uses it, because you get served anyway. At least I did without a ticket. But yeah, that's the only place where I saw it in London. Whereas in Stockholm, the ticket machines were everywhere, literally at the bakery. So when you walk into a bakery, instead of just, you know, queuing like a normal person, just standing behind the last person, you actually have to go take a ticket from the machine with a number and then wait in the queue for your number to be called. I don't know why the Swedes love numbers so much. They also had a ticket machine in the touristy information visitor center, I don't know how it's called, but yeah, they were everywhere, and that's one thing that I really did not expect, and I just thought it was a pretty random custom to have. So yeah, that's the first one. The next one is actually something that I kind of expected because I already knew about it, but still it did surprise me when I actually saw it. So Sweden is supposed to be one of the most, you know, equal countries when it comes to gender equality, and I have heard that a lot of dads there stay at home and look after their children when they're younger instead of their moms. But I did not expect to see so many dads walking around with like their babies in a stroller, just alone by themselves. I was really surprised. Like in other countries, I feel like you don't often see a dad alone with a baby. Usually there's either a mom or like both a mom and a dad. But yeah, lots of dads are taking care of babies in Sweden, in case you've ever been wondering. Strange habit number 3, which can be a little bit tricky for the tourist if you don't know that, is the fact that you can't always pay with cash. A lot of restaurants, bakeries, just stores in general, they don't take cash. You have to pay with card, which I don't know, if anything I was used the other way around. Sometimes, you know, when you travel they want you to pay with cash, not with card, whereas in Sweden it's the other way around. Definitely something to keep in mind when you're traveling around Sweden. Number 4 is the fact that you cannot buy alcohol in supermarkets, like regular grocery shops. It's something that I've already seen in Australia, so it's not the first time I came across this system. But yeah, in Sweden as well, you can't get alcohol in normal shops. They have special alcohol selling stores that you can get alcohol from. And if I remember correctly, I think they also have really strange opening hours. Like they're closed during the hours you would normally shop. I guess that's the way the country controls people to not buy too much alcohol. But yeah, it's just a bit bizarre. So yeah, no alcohol in regular shops. If you want to buy it, you'll have to find a separate store for that. Oh, and it's also very expensive. Everything in Sweden is very expensive, just to put it out there. Now, the last habit that is very famous for Sweden and is actually quite normal to me personally as a Slovenian, because we have something similar in Slovenia. In Sweden it is called fika, and it's basically a lunchtime kind of break that you take for coffee and maybe a piece of dessert to, you know, catch up with friends and stuff. In Slovenia, the going out for coffee culture is very strong as well, so we kind of do the same thing. Yeah, that's one thing that most other countries I feel like don't really do. For example, in the UK, it's not very common to meet up with a friend for coffee during the day when you're like working and stuff. So yeah, having fika is also one of those habits that's quite unique to Sweden. And that brings me to the end of the video. I feel like this will be a very short one, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Please give it a thumbs up if you would like me to talk about strange habits that I experienced in other countries of the world. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with my future videos. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking.